Welcome back to another video from Crypto Safety First. This video explores how to engrave sensitive information, like passwords or seed phrases, into stainless steel. In addition, we expose the stainless steel to temperatures of over 800 degrees Celsius, over 1,400 degrees Fahrenheit, for over 1 hour to study how readable the engraved information remains after prolonged exposure to high temperatures. For this experiment, using an engraving pen, we will engrave a cryptocurrency wallet seed phrase on high-quality stainless steel plates. We have also engraved the seed phrase into what we wrongly assumed were high-quality stainless steel washers and the same engraving pen. At the end of the video, we will present the results, the successes, and the failures so you can learn from our experience if you decide to use the same or similar system to record important information safely. Still, we will provide important insight during the whole length of this video, so we advise you to watch it to gain the most out of it. Let's start with engraving our seed phrase. First, we will start with engraving our seed phrase in what we assume to be stainless steel washers, and then we will repeat the process, but this time over a stainless steel sheet. First, we write the seed phrase words over the washers using a fine-tip permanent pen. We only need to copy the first 4 letters of each word because this is sufficient to identify a BIP39 word. If you don't know what BIP39 is or why only copying the first 4 letters is sufficient, we will leave a link in the video description and a post where we provide a detailed explanation. Once we finish writing the words over the washers by hand, we start with engraving. For that, we have chosen and purchased a relatively affordable engraving pen that, when creating this video, can be bought for around €18 or $20. On screen, we show the engraving process at 4 times the speed. Engraving over stainless steel using an engraving pen is relatively easy. It just requires a little practice to acquire some experience. This experience can be quickly and cheaply acquired by engraving a few washers before proceeding with the seed phrase engraving process. Some advice based on our experience: the bigger the letters, the easier it is to engrave them. Plus, capital letters are easier to engrave than lowercase letters. We have finished engraving the first 4 letters for each word of our Bitcoin wallet seed phrase, showing the result on screen. Each word is easily readable, so now we proceed to secure all the washers because soon we will test how well this system withstands prolonged exposure to high temperatures. Engraving seed phrase words in washers and securing them the way we are showing on screen is a system that has already been used before, and you can find several related videos on YouTube. It looks like a good idea, but we want it to be put to the test. And soon we will show you the results. We repeat the engraving process, but this time, we engrave our seed phrase over a high-quality stainless steel plate. In the video description, we will leave a link to a post where we provide more information about the whole engraving process and some essential information like the stainless steel quality grades. We have already engraved a 12-word seed phrase on the left side of the plate. Note that we have engraved the complete words, not the shortened 4-letter version of a BIP39 seed phrase word. But on the right side, we engraved the shortened BP39 words, only the first 4 letters. We do this because we want to compare legibility after prolonged exposure to very high temperatures. Similar temperatures as the steel plate would undergo under a house fire. As mentioned before, it is far easier to engrave capital letters, and the larger the letters, the better. The plate we are showing on screen is 10 centimeters long by 10 centimeters wide or 3.9 inches long by 3.9 inches wide. It is made of high-quality 304 stainless steel and cost us €10, a little over $10. This plate size is large enough to copy a 24-word long seed phrase or 2 12-word seed phrases. Still, if you also want to engrave your seed phrases, passwords, or other vital information in stainless steel, we advise you to acquire some practice beforehand. For example, purchase some washes online or at your local hardware store and practice on them until you feel confident. It's better to spend a few euros on a few washers than €10 on a stainless steel plate. We have finished the engraving process. We clean the remaining ink using some alcohol, or perfume if you don't have any alcohol handy, and this is the result. We have stored our cryptocurrency wallet seed phrase using 4 different systems. We have written our seed phrase on paper, as displayed on the screen. Note that we have placed this piece of paper inside what we were sold as a fireproof bag that can resist temperatures up to 1800 degrees Celsius or 2000 degrees Fahrenheit. Otherwise, the paper backup will burst into flames when exposed to fire. Spoiler alert, 1800 degrees Celsius is 3272 degrees Fahrenheit. The fireproof bag manufacturer displayed the wrong conversion on their web page. And this can give you a hint of what performance to expect from this fireproof bag. We have also saved our seed phrase to a USB memory stick, which we placed inside the same fireproof bag. Depending on the manufacturer or model, a USB stick can only withstand temperatures up to approximately 70 degrees Celsius or 148 degrees Fahrenheit. And, as you know by now, we have engraved our seed phrase in stainless steel. We will show what happens to each seed phrase backup system when exposed to high temperatures. This experiment can be replicated at home if you decide to commit important information to stainless steel but want to do your testing and verify the results. We used a classic kettle charcoal barbecue and measured the temperature using a fluke meter and an 80 bK temperature probe. More details and essential information in the video description. Once we reached 700 degrees Celsius or nearly 1330 degrees Fahrenheit, we placed the fireproof bag, the stainless steel washers, and the stainless steel plate inside the bowl. The fireproof bag burst into flames as soon as we placed it over the coal, and we had to retire it after just a few seconds. We left the washers and stainless steel plates in the bowl, covered them with coal, and measured the temperature for over an hour. At some points, the temperatures reached nearly 900 degrees Celsius or 1600 degrees Fahrenheit, but generally, the temperature was approximately 750 degrees Celsius or 1300 degrees Fahrenheit. Before unveiling the results, please give us a thumbs up or subscribe to our channel if you find this information useful. This small gesture of appreciation will make this video more visible to other viewers and allow us to verify that the content we created is valuable. Thanks. Appreciated. The fireproof bag is destroyed after exposure to the fire and high temperatures for only a few seconds. And the seed phrase paper backup cannot be found anywhere. It has become just dust. The USB memory stick is still there but is significantly damaged. It has lost the cap, the USB connector has become exposed, and something has melted and adhered to it, making it unusable. So, the conclusion is that entrusting a seed phrase backup to paper or electronics will not keep it safe in case of a house fire. Now, let's have a look at how well our seed phrase engraved into washers has done when exposed to high temperatures. Here, we encountered our first disappointment because the washers appeared damaged, and the seed phrase words were not readable. We may be able to recognize some letters here and there, but in general, the fire has damaged the washers so severely that we can consider our seed phrase lost. From this experience, we consider that exposing stainless steel directly to fire and burning materials requires adequate protection. If you want to know more about our research on this topic, please look at the video description. Our initial thoughts about stainless steel exposure to fire and burning materials are confirmed by looking at the high-quality stainless steel plate covered in rust. Interestingly, the side of the stainless steel plate facing the sky appeared much more damaged than the other. We cannot find any trace of the seed phrase words we engraved in the current state, so we decided to eliminate the rust first. Initially, we soaked the steel plate and washers in Coca-Cola for over 1 day. As you know, Coca-Cola contains phosphoric acid, which can help remove rust and corrosion. But this didn't help in our case. The stainless steel remained covered in corrosion, while the washers may even have gotten worse than before being submerged in Coca-Cola. Afterward, we tried submerging the washers and steel plates in a combination of baking soda and vinegar. While the mixture was still bubbling, it was slightly alkaline and could dissolve grease or the particles that adhered to the metal. But this method didn't prove successful either. We didn't expect a miracle, but it was worth the try. Now, we will show you the current state of the stainless steel plate and washers at normal speed. So you can better appreciate the details and observe the consequences of exposing metal to fire and burning materials. We have sanded a portion of the stainless steel plate to remove the corrosion and rust, but removing the corrosion requires considerable sanding, which makes the engraved seed phrase words unreadable. Still, as commented before, the side of the steel plate facing the floor doesn't look that damaged, and what was engraved as our initial attempts to gain experience looks quite readable. However, for this first experiment, we considered engraving seed phrase words into washers a total failure because they got very damaged during our experiment. Maybe you noticed that we placed a blank washer at the front and end of the screw to protect the engraved washers. We believed the information engraved on the washers would be protected from fire and burning materials, but we were wrong. Still, after some additional research, it may be that the washers we used for this experiment are not made of high-quality stainless steel. More about this in the video description. Our first experiment may be a failure, but we have learned several valuable lessons that we will put to the test by repeating the experiment. We have a spare stainless steel plate that we used to make our first engravings and acquire enough practice. So, we have once again engraved our seed phrase words and a few characters in capital letters. We have engraved our seed phrase to washers as well. Even though we have extreme suspicions that the washer's stainless steel may be of lower quality than the stainless steel plate, we will take additional precautions, so maybe this time, the washers will prove a viable system to store a seed phrase safely. When recording this video, we purchased an economical stainless steel box for €12, around $13.3, and placed our seed phrases in it. For this second test, we want to prevent our stainless steel from coming in contact with fire and the burning material to prevent corrosion. We replicated the same conditions as in the previous experiment. So, we placed our stainless steel box over a bed of burning coal at 750 degrees Celsius and covered the box with more burning coal. The heat was so intense that we had considerable problems getting close enough to measure the temperature or record this video. We left the stainless steel box and our seed phrases cooking for 1.5 hours and then proceeded to remove the box, let it cool down, and take a look at our results. And here we go, let's unveil how well this second experiment has fared. The stainless steel box is in much better condition than we anticipated, which is surprising because we were expecting to observe high levels of corrosion once again. We will investigate and leave a link to our research in the video description. In any case, at first glance, the experiment's results look promising. Unfortunately, we were too eager to find the results and didn't allow the metal to cool down sufficiently. So, let's take a short break and let the metal properly cool down. Ouch! I am burning my fingers. 30 minutes later, the metal was cool enough to take our stainless steel plate and examine it safely. We are very pleased with the result because there are no signs of corrosion, and the seed phrase words are legible. Some very fine dust had permeated into the stainless steel box, but it was easily removed with the help of a little bit of water. Now, let's look at the seed phrase words engraved on the stainless steel washers. While the result of this second test is better than the first one, the washers still appear damaged. And we can read the shortened words but barely. All in all, we have learned that the quality of stainless steel is essential to prevent degradation when exposed to fire, heat, and foreign materials that may cause corrosion or overall damage to the steel. For the safety of your cryptocurrency wallets, if you decide to record your seed phrases in stainless steel, please ensure that they are high quality and, if possible, put the material on a stress test to verify its properties. The experiment we have conducted in this video should be easily replicable by most viewers. Please remember that asset safety always comes first. Before we finish, let's take 1 minute to compare the results from the first and second experiments. It has been proven that the quality of stainless steel is essential to ensure that the metal remains corrosion and rust-free even after being exposed to very high temperatures for an extended period. But we also learned that even high-quality stainless steel gets corroded and rusted when directly exposed to burning material. So, for the sake of the engraved seed phrases, passwords, or other vital information, we need to encase the engraved stainless steel into a protective case that does not contain any flammable material that can adhere to the metal and affect its integrity. Note that we have written an article that contains valuable insights about safely engraving seed phrases, passwords, recovery codes, and other vital information into stainless steel and keeping it safe from fire, heat, water, and moisture damage. Please have a look at the video description for more details. Consider giving us a thumbs up if this video deserves it. And thanks for watching.